So it's been a real pleasure collaborating with Davide, and my hearty thanks to Steve for pairing us for this project. What we did initially was just exchange a few poems. I spent quite a bit of time in his, and then by the time I went to see the Ai Weiwei exhibition that's on at the Royal Academy at the moment here in London, I realised I was seeing things partly through his poems, and that they both seemed to be fascinated by concrete and some other things as well. So I've tried to sort of register that in this poem which I've written for this project. It's titled Strange Meeting, which is also the title that Wilfred Owen chose for his World War I poem about a friendly meeting with an enemy. Strange Meeting for Davide Castiglione and Ai Weiwei. It seems that from a volume of others I fall silent, surrounded by recognition in the form of rubble. When there's love, it's not always D.H. Lawrence on a mission. Here I am, floating free of the whole free love thing, suffering severe concussion of a little history turned personal. Nothing concrete about that. Nothing concrete about wanting to be a lovely surgeon, making lovely loopholes beat deep inside a body that's been searching how to make a sacrum, a new sacrum outside itself for a dainty bit of sacrifice, or how to turn a tangled bracken of reinforcing steel bars into a straight face that's never occurred to you. I'm somewhere between name and number, and I try to imagine myself between name and number. That's what I call making friends with severe concussion. If my facial expression is a marble field of grass, that's so it recalls the rubble and can continue long without me, can continue to double for so many fingers raised to the CCTV inside that scours the intimacy of the internal and infernal as one organ, can continue to perform with no scalpel my beauty work as lovely surgeon, pursuing any sign of D.H. Lawrence. Look, twilight filling shrubbery with incarnate fury. I love how what's properly useless often happens to grow into an alternative day, buried, unreckoned in a little history, and how that extra day can grow into a strong, placeless setting, solid, bright, and crowded as an airport terminal. Eating there with a hunger you can't fathom feels de rigueur. So I eat to the letter of the comrade I imagine, the stranger the better.
Thank you, Alex. I think this has been like a great occasion, like to collaborate. It's really the first time I try to do so. Like usually poetry has been like always like solitary activity for me. So yeah, this is, so I produce like a poem into English. This is the first time I do so. Usually I try to translate my own stuff from Italian to English. So this is the first poem I'm reading. It's written on commission, though I didn't get paid, to be honest. And the peculiarity, hopefully, is that in this poem I try to insert lines. I insert lines I really liked a lot from Alex, and my own lines from my own poetry. and lines that just are totally new, that like how the creation process goes. So this, I think this is an interesting way to try to diminishing one's ego and try to be a bit less narcissistic about about things that one writes, and I think this is something the Nemici project allowed me to do. So thanks, Stephen, for this occasion. So the poem is called Rewind. An exhausted bee severely climbing on a broom, handles tipped to be saved from a life on broom sandals, tips I make an exit with her pain by an alienated business I make by adding honey, sever from all the already happened death. Rewind is what is left, a guarantee of changeless love. Anesthetic runs on screen, brings us back to before. Nowhere was our only weapon of choice. To the left of a night I can't afford. To sleep I've seen clusters of motionless exhausts, a can which to the eye is half a can in the elemental geometry of water. Or was I dreaming on a sofa of forests of burning chairs, of a miniature wastelands against the dull comfort of all sofas, the escape from the sleep brought by a room of one's own back to water, less Virginia Woolf, rewind, rewind. Before Excel and me, huge nights stood of frozen tanks and mud and fresh fanfares to come, beehives still untamed by functionalist design, the flesh of my face not formed yet. No weapon of choice, no, but tokens of faces who had not died and still are reconciled to life before perception drifts them away. Thanks.